the abdominal, which is the abdomen, the antecubital, which is the front of the elbow, the axillary, which is the armpit, brachial, which is the upper arm, buccal, which is the cheek, carpal, which is the wrist, cervical, which is the neck, coxal, the hip, digital, which are the fingers. Digital is also the toes. Femoral, which is the thigh. Inguinal, which is the groin. Nasal, which is the nose. Oral, which is the mouth. Orbital, the eye. Patellar, the anterior knee. Pelvic, which is the pelvis. Sternal, which is the breastbone. Tarsal, which is the ankle. Thoracic is the chest. Umbilical, which is the navel or the belly button. Calcaneal, which is the heel. Cephalic, which is the head. Gluteal, which is the buttock. Lumbar, which is the loin. Occipital, which is the back of the head or the base of the skull. Olecranon, which is the back of the elbow. Popliteal, which is the back of the knee or the posterior knee. Sacral, which is between the hips. Scapular, which is the shoulder blade. Vertebral, which is the spinal column. The directional terms are superior, inferior, anterior, ventral, posterior, dorsal, medial, lateral, intermediate, proximal, distal, superficial, and deep. Superior is towards the head or the upper part of the body. For example, the head is superior to the abdomen. Inferior is away from the head or towards the lower part of the body. The navel is inferior to the chin. Anterior is towards or at the front of the body. For example, the breastbone is anterior to the spine. Posterior is towards or at the back of the body. For example, the heart is posterior to the breastbone. Ventral is a synonym to anterior in humans, but it's not the case in four-legged animals. Likewise, dorsal and posterior are synonyms in humans only, but not in four-legged animals. Ventral refers to the belly of an animal, while the dorsal refers to the animal's back. Medial is towards or at the midline of the body. For example, the heart is medial to the arm. Lateral is away from the midline of the body. The arms are lateral to the chest. Intermediate is between a more medial and a more lateral structure. For example, the collarbone is intermediate between the breastbone and the shoulder. Proximal is closer to the origin of the body part or the point of attachment of a limb to the body trunk. The elbow is proximal to the wrist. Distal is farther from the origin of the body part or the point of attachment of a limb to the body trunk. For example, the fingers are distal to the shoulder. Superficial is towards or at the body surface. For example, the skin is superficial to the skeletal muscles. And lastly, deep, which is away from the surface or more internal. So the lungs are deep to the skin.